morning, this is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. Looking at the MACDs, the moving averages, the day's support, resistance and pivot levels and the Fibonacci's. It is Sunday the 10th of October. Bitcoin against the US dollar and the hourly candlesticks, positive start to the day. Going to see Bitcoin avoid the pivot at 54,707, take a run at the first major resistance level at 55,736. Support from the broader market is going to be needed for Bitcoin to break out from yesterday's high, 55,475. However, so barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and resistance at 56,000 to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, should see Bitcoin target 58,000 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 56,504. Fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 53,939 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should stay clear of sub 52,000 levels. Second major support level at 52,910 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, narrowing of the bearish histograms at the turn of the day, coming off the back of yesterday's late recovery and morning gain. So look out for a bullish cross there. On the MAs, still a bullish signal, 50 continuing to hold its ground against the 100 and the 200. So look out for any widening to support a breakout on the day. So key would be to avoid the pivot at 54,707, break through yesterday's high, 55,475, to then give the bulls a run at 58,000 levels. Moving across to Ethereum against the US dollar, it's been a mixed start to the day. Going to need to see Ethereum move back through the pivot at 3583 to take a run at the first major resistance level of 3627. Support's going to be needed for Ethereum to break back through to 3600 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 3634.13 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, you should see Ethereum target 3700 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 3678. Failure to move back through the pivot will bring the first major support level 3532 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should still well clear of sub 3400 levels. Second major support level 3487 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, slight widening of the bearish histograms at the turn of the day, but nothing suggestive of a bearish day ahead, so keep an eye out there for a possible bullish cross. On the MAs, 50 has narrowed on the 100 and the 200, albeit marginally, so keep an eye out for direction there as well through the early part of the day. Key would be to move back through the pivot at 3583 and back through to 3600 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will come into play. Looking at Litecoin against the US dollar, bearish start to the day here. Going to need to see Litecoin move back through the pivot at 179 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 184. Support will be needed for Litecoin's breakout from yesterday's high. It was at 182.90. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap the upside. In the event of a breakout, should see Litecoin target 190 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 188. Failure to move back through the pivot will bring the 23.6% fib at 178 and the first major support level at 175 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Litecoin should avoid sub-170s. Second major support level 171 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, bearish cross at the turn of the day, coming off the back of yesterday's late pullback and this morning's sell-off. So keep an eye out there for further widening of the bearish histograms. On the MA, 50 is also narrowed on the 100 and 200. No signs of an imminent bearish cross, however, so need to monitor that. So key would be to move back through the pivot at 179, break through yesterday's high 182.9 to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will come into play. Looking at Ripple's XRP against US dollar, also bearish start. Going to need to see Ripple's XRP avoid the pivot at 1.1421 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 1.2269. We'll need plenty of support from the broader market to break out from yesterday's high 1.2085, however. So barring an extended rally in the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap the upside. In the event of an extended rally, you could see Ripple's XRP target 1.3s before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 1.2932. Fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 1.0758 and the 38.2% fib at 1.0659 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should well clear of sub 1.0 levels. Second major support level sits at 0.9910. Looking at MACDs, marked narrowing of the bullish histograms through the late part of yesterday and at the turn of the day, so look out for a bearish cross there. On the MA, still a bullish signal, however, 50 pulling away from the 100 and the 200, suggesting further upside ahead. So key would be to avoid the pivot at 1.1421, break back through to 1.2 levels to then bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will come into play.